Back at the crossover where I got a video clip the other day from the Otter that's using this crossover, and going over here, like I say, the pond's right up there. So we'll see if we can't catch him. I just got the 330 set back in the stabilizer with 330. Got the safeties off of it. Now I'm going to camouflage in the sides and move down to the next set location. Just coming down the creek to the crossover here where I caught one the other day, and I'm going to be putting another 330 back in it. I say there's still one big otter left, and I definitely want to pick it up. But I will get this set put in and we'll take a look at how I set the crossover up. But there's the 330 set in this crossover, trying to pick up this last otter in here. And now we're going to go look at the creek, put in some beaver sets. Coming back in here to the beaver slash, I got the beaver slash. They're flooding the timber over here in the cypress and pines and hardwoods, and trying to keep them from flooding it. But you can see the crossover where they're going in right between those two cypress knees. I'm going to hang a snare there. You can see where the crossover comes right through here and right down into the creek. And it's got some good fresh claw marks and tracks on it. So I'm going to hang a snare on each side of it and see if we can't get a double. In theory, it should work. But that crossover's plain as day that had been used last night. Get the snare sets put in, we'll take a look at it. There's snare set number 1 going in. It's about a 9 to 10 inch loop right there between those cypress knees where they're coming and going. And hopefully it'll make a catch. I'm going to set one on the other side where they're coming out. I'll take a look at that in a minute. There's my snare set number 2. I do have a little bit of the alpha delta up here to get their attention. Got about a 10 inch loop. And I'm going to set every trail we find. We're going to keep moving down the creek. Here's set number 3, snare number 3 over here, and got about a 10 inch loop, about 1.5 inches off the ground, set right on that crossover. I'll put a little alpha delta up here to loft the scent out through the bottom to see if we can't get some interaction. So I'm gonna move down to the next location. I'm coming down to this location where I want to set the next 2 sets. Beavers do have a dam right there. They're wearing this crossover out. Goes right through here and right down through here, coming into the creek right beside that cypress knee. And they got a big slide over there going into the slash on the other side of the creek. And there's a lodge over there in that one. But I want to use some snares and some alpha delta caster lure to pull them to me. I'm going to get these 2 sets in and we'll take a look at them. Putting in a couple more snares, just a 10 inch loop, set at the crossovers, and double setting this crossover, setting where they're coming from the creek, right here, and where they're going in the slash right there. Going down through here, setting every crossover, every trail that we can find. Should be some catches. Alpha delta on the trails, caster is smelling strong, good wind direction, great snare sets on crossovers. So we'll get down to the next set locations and show you what we find. Setting a snare on this crossover, and here's the other side of it. About a 10-inch loop where they're coming and going. Should be some catches in the morning. Setting this crossover with a snare. You can see the snare down there where I've got it necked down. And there's otter poop, fish scales everywhere, and huge piles of fish scales. Fish scales everywhere. And I have a snare right there where they're coming out. And hopefully we'll catch him. But there's the two snare sets right there on these crossovers.